So we got a beautiful day in the backwoods here of YWAM Minneapolis, and we are tapping the maple trees. So the first step to tap the trees is to drill a hole. Okay, this is a maple tree. That is the hole that we just drilled in there. Got the sap running already. This is a decent tree, pretty good size. So Pablo is going to pound in the tap. Figured out this is our 13th year tapping maple syrup. So we get out these little taps. This is kind of a new system we're using. We're using these little hoses. But pop those babies in. Well, and then tomorrow we'll be out and we'll be collecting. But we just kind of get these little blue hoses and run them down into the bucket. And when we get real sophisticated, we'll connect networks of these plastic tubes and put out a big place to collect it all, maybe like a 50-gallon drum or something like that. So Pablo's the expert tree tapper here. Okay, this is the maple syrup mobile here. 1949 Farmall H. And this is the workhorse of the maple syrup operation. And we'll put the big tank in the back here and collect the sap from there. Okay, we're back in the woods, and you can see the sap has been dripping into the bucket. So today's a collecting day. Over here we've got the more traditional silver bucket hanging, and you can see the sap dripping in. And kind of late season here. I got Danger back helping me today. Sap has not been running. Haven't had a lot of cooperation with the weather, but today's one of our first good collecting days, March 28th. Glimpse of the maple syrup operation here down in the shop. Okay, so once we get the syrup in from the woods, we boil it in our evaporator pan here. This is the back pan. That's a drop flue pan, and that boils the sap when it first comes. And then this is kind of the second stage. You can see it boiling in there. And that's getting close to being maple syrup. And then our final stage is over here in our finishing pan. And this stuff is getting really close. And pretty soon we'll be filtering this and bottling it. Okay, so this is the maple syrup in the finishing pan. You can see it's really starting to foam up. So that means that we're getting very close to having syrup, and I gotta turn down the boilers in just a second. What we're going to do here is now we're going to test the viscosity of the syrup. We fill up this hygrometer with syrup, and this will then test the thickness. So we want it to float to the top red line at 211 degrees. And we're almost there. Okay, that's the finished syrup in the pan, and we're draining the syrup into the canning container, and you can see we're filtering it, and then down at that bottom spigot is where we're going to put it in the bottle. Syrup going into the bottle. Okay.